Hey everybody, Rockin Robbie Billups here for Pop Culture Philosophers, and it's time for a Robbie Rant. In fact, today we're going to be talking about Batman 21, or the first part of The Button. Alright guys, Batman 21 is out. That's what we're going to be talking about, and here's a little bit of warning. If you have not read this book, and if you don't want it spoiled, do not watch the rest of this video. I am going to tell you what happens in this book. I will even show you what happens in this book because I want to talk about this book. So, you are warned, many spoilers coming up. Let's talk about this book. First of all, the cover. The cover is super nifty. We remember the villain covers. Those were super cool. We remember the Futures End covers. Those were all right. This cover's really cool. It doesn't feel as solid as the villain covers did, but it is a cool, neat little cover, and it's only $1 extra for this cover. I think it's really nifty. Let's talk about the book. First of all, written by Tom King, illustrated by Jason Fabok. Brilliantly written. It's based on a story that seems to have been plotted as well by Jeff Johns and of course Joshua Williamson, who is going to be writing the Flash parts of this crossover. This is a crossover between Batman and Flash. So part 2 will be next week in The Flash. I loved this book. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was super cool. Let's talk about it. So Reverse Flash, the original Reverse Flash, or at least the pre-New 52 Flash, Reverse Flash, has been resurrected by some kind of mysterious power, possibly Dr. Manhattan. And what's really cool is this is the first direct acknowledgement, once again, of all the Watchmen stuff going on since DC Rebirth. There's been a lot of clues, but this is the first super crazy, so it's awesome. What happens in this book? Reverse Flash, well, first of all, Batman is in his cave, and he's studying the button. Meanwhile, a hockey game is going on, and in Arkham Asylum, there is an inmate who says she's from the future. We know that this person is Saturn Girl. So Saturn Girl has been in Arkham since DC Rebirth. It was in DC Rebirth. It was in the beginning of the I Am Suicide run. So Saturn Girl's in there, and she's watching a hockey game, and she's like, oh my goodness, it's about to happen. They're going to kill this guy. She starts going off. Superman won't be there. Our friends will die. The Legion will die. Pay attention to that. That's a big deal. That's what happens in the very beginning of the issue. Then Batman is in his cave watching this hockey game, and he's studying this the button, the Watchman's button, or the button from the Watchmen. It's the comedian's button, the one with the blood splatter on it, right? There's radioactivity coming off of this button. He's trying to figure out what's going on. He's just kind of diddling it around, right? And then he throws it down next to the Psycho Pirate's mask. Psycho Pirate has always been connected to these crisis events, to the crises. He was one of the first people after Crisis on Infinite Earths who remembered the crisis. For instance, in the Grant Morrison Animal Man run, if you do remember that. So, Psycho Pirate, big deal when it comes to crisis events at DC. The button hits or goes near the Psycho Pirate's mask. Lightning comes out. Batman mentions that it's like Speed Force energy. So he calls Flash. Flash is like, I'm in the middle of something. I'll be there in 1 minute. So the rest of the comic now takes place in 1 minute. One of the things I love about this issue is it is perfectly paced. It's pitch perfect paced. It's amazing. The whole minute passes, and what happens then is a speedster shows up. He thinks it's Flash. He turns around. Well, quite the reverse, actually. Reverse Flash then proceeds to beat the crap out of Batman over the rest of the issue. Like, seriously, it is no contest, but lots of really cool stuff's happening. The Reverse Flash notices the letter from Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne killed Reverse Flash at the end of Flashpoint. Reverse Flash remembers being killed by Thomas Wayne. That's why he's after Batman, why he's after Bruce. So he's beating the crap out of him. He sees the letter that Thomas Wayne wrote to him that the Flash gave Batman at the end of Flashpoint, reads it, makes fun of Batman and bullies him, and basically just tears up the letter and destroys it in front of Batman. Batman goes crazy. Oh, also, by the way, Batman gets a glimpse of Thomas Wayne Batman right after the button and the Psycho Pirate's mask do their thing. So that's really nifty too. So then he's just beating the crap out of him, and he looks at Batman. He goes, you know that you can't beat me. And Batman goes, I know I can't beat you. All I need is 11 seconds. Well, he stretches out to those 11 seconds, and then he goes overtime. Well, Flash doesn't show up. Reverse Flash just lays Batman out. Batman is just done. He's not dead, but he is just laying there beaten and bloodied, and just, it's over. So then Reverse Flash notices the button and says, what is it? And he picks it up, and immediately he disappears. He's teleported away. a few moments pass, he pops back in, all of a sudden he's freaking out, and he says, God, I saw God. And in his eye, we see a blue figure. This is Dr. Manhattan, guys. This is what he's talking about. He's talking about Dr. Manhattan. And he's all burnt up. And if you look at the energy signature, it's Dr. Manhattan's energy signature. It's just like from the Watchmen. It's very similar. It's exactly what it is. And he also then burns up and kind of just burns away and dies. Much like the Flash, Barry Allen's Flash did in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Another thing that happened in the vicinity of Batman, or at least part of it happened in the vicinity of Batman, right? So that's really cool. Lots of throwback to Crisis on Infinite Earths. Lots of throwback, lots of symbolism to the Watchmen. There's smiley faces all over the place. If you look behind Saturn Girl in the opening, there's a smiley face there. It's such a great issue. Like I said, it's paced great. The dialogue is great. The book is just super, super fun. And it's just crazy. Like, so DC Rebirth comes out. The Watchmen are connected. Dr. Manhattan's doing something. So this has had so much hype built around it, and it did not disappoint. This book does not disappoint. It is so amazing. It's so good. The symbolism is cool. At one point, Reverse Flash is beating the crap out of Batman, and Batman spits blood in the face of Reverse Flash, making Reverse Flash a literal yellow smiley face with a blood splatter. I love stuff like that. I thought it was amazing. This book did not disappoint. It did not let me down. This book is a big deal. Big, big deal. So, did Dr. Manhattan bring Reverse Flash back? Is that what happened? It seems to me like that's what happened. Or is it a result from what happened with Superman and Superman Reborn? Because Reverse Flash returns at the end of that Flash issue the exact same week that the two Superman, the red energy and the blue energy, got merged back into one. And it did say that it was going to start rippling out and things were going to be changed and affected. So, I don't know. But what we do know is that Dr. Manhattan's, why? Somehow the Speed Force energy is a part of this, I guess, right? So maybe it's because Speed Force energy, as soon as Reverse Flash picks up that button, he just disappears. Where does he go? We obviously goes to see Dr. Manhattan, and that's just crazy. I love this book so much, and it was not the ending that I thought it was going to be. I really thought all four of these issues were going to be dealing with the Reverse Flash versus Flash and Batman. Not at all. And of course, at the end of the book, the Flash shows up and he sees a dead Reverse Flash and Batman just laying there bloodied and beaten. What? It's almost comical. Like, Flash has got to be like, what's going on? Seriously, I just talked to you a minute ago. I love this book. I thought it was great. It's really just, it was very shocking, that ending. It was very shocking. It was a big deal. I cannot wait to see, sorry, I just had lunch. I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with this. It's just... I love it. The book is paced so perfectly. It's so well written. Jason Fabok's artwork is amazing. The design, the layout. They use the 9-panel grid, which is a very Watchmen-esque thing to do. They use it to perfection. The artwork is so clean, so tight, just so beautiful. It's just great. This is superhero event comics. You know, people are getting so tired of event comics and all this stuff, but DC's doing it right with this Watchmen stuff, at least in my opinion. And I think this is just a fantastic comic book from cover to the end. Every single bit of this book, I just adored it. Made my pick of the week. If you watch the weekly comic book review, and if you don't, do check that out. Every week, weekly comic book review. We don't spoil books, we just talk about them. It's super, super fun. But guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. I just wanted to get a little bit more into it and be like, oh my goodness, guys, this is a big deal. This is crazy stuff that's happening. Cannot wait to see what happens next week in Flash number 21, which is going to be The Button Part 2. Because now the Flash is going to be like, what's going on? And we're thinking, where does the story go now? Because I really thought Reverse Flash was the story, but he's not. It was such a tease, but it was such a great moment. And just a shocking moment. It just, my jaw dropped. It blew me away. It surprised the heck out of me. I love this book. I think it's amazing. Let me know down below, what did you think of this book? Spoilers abound, everybody, like we say. Talk to me. Let me know what you thought about the book, what you liked about it, maybe what you didn't like about it. Thank you guys so much, seriously, for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, weekly comic book review. We also do movie reviews, toy reviews, podcasts, all that kind of stuff, and more. Can be found at popculturephilosophers.com. Thank you guys for rocking with us, and keep reading.